what the Gen Zs are fighting over is lost opportunities. They don't have jobs, they don't have incomes, the high cost of living, yeah, and that is the kind of dialogue that we should have. I think there are three things that Gen Zs want us to talk about. Yeah. One is endemic corruption. We need to discuss that. The second one is this idea of negative ethnicity. And the third one is delivering the economic promise of our independence. In other words, giving them jobs, giving them incomes, giving them opportunities, and taking them away from living through the cracks of society, yeah, on whatever has been left hanging loose on the table. Yeah. These are questions that you cannot explore and interrogate with the usual suspects. Yeah. Yes. That is why I'm saying this dialogue has to be led by a new group of people in this country, preferably technocrats who are economists, yes, people who have expertise on how to rejig our economy. And what should we do with our economy? There's an issue of state capture. Why isn't our economy creating jobs? Why isn't our economy helping our youth realize their dreams? We have issues of state capture in this economy. That is something that requires experts to deal with, not the usual suspects. That's why I'm saying they should keep away from this process and allow very knowledgeable people to deal with these questions. We have issues of corruption. All the laws are there. Just implement the laws. But that is not enough. Yeah. It is now time to look at a new way of dealing with corruption in this country. And I've suggested in other forums that probably it is time to open up our investigative agencies, yes, and allow external help to come in and help us deal with investigation of corruption cases and their prosecution. We did this when we were setting up the new constitution. We actually brought in experts to help us. We even set up special courts, and we allowed other parameters.
So with all that, for it to have any bearing,
yes,
it would require a bit of being attached or being led by law.
Yes.
That may require parliament, that may require presidential action.
No, the first dialogue does not require any law. Yes, because if you pitch it that way, then the usual suspects will capture it and bring it to parliament, and the political parties will hijack it. And that is where you have the most incompetent people. Yeah. The dialogue we now need is a national discussion on how to reorganize our economy. I'll give you an example, Sam. We have Vision 2030. It is coming to an end in 5 years. But there's no discussion on what will take over from Vision 2030. There's no review going on. There's nobody giving us a new economic blueprint. So that is the discussion we need to have. You don't need a lot to do that. Yes. We need to allow Gen Zs. I mean, if we had economists like Kwame Owino and the rest of them leading a process like that, we will get a very good economic blueprint that deals with the competitiveness of the economy, deals with issues like debt and taxes, how to handle cost of living, because these are the real issues. These are not political questions for politicians to come and tell us about what they think should be done.
We
need experts.